The views and opinions expressed recommendation of such opinion, process, service, item, or organization.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our free live webinar this afternoon, Next Gen Productivity, how generative AI, ChatGPT, and Microsoft 365 Copilot redefine the future of work. I'm Kate, and I'll be with you this afternoon as your host. I am excited to be with our participants this afternoon because we are truly going to learn a lot from our speaker, even with the short time that we will be spending with him. So now, before we get started, I have some reminders just to make sure that our webinar will be running smoothly this afternoon. First, Ariva is committed to protecting your privacy, hence stricter security of this webinar has been implemented. So for better viewing of your Zoom experience, we encourage you to please update your Zoom application by visiting their website. And for our participants who are using their mobile gadgets to be able to view the webinar, you can go to either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store so you can download and install the Zoom app. Now, I know some of you here are joining an Ariva Academy webinar for the first time. If it is your first time, can you type hi here in the chat box? You can also let us know where are you located, just here in Metro Manila or somewhere in the Philippines, somewhere else in the Philippines, because I was informed that we have a lot of friends who are in the provinces right now. In fact, we have a lot of friends who are in Pampanga, in Bataan, even in Olongapo, from Batangas, Pangasinan, from Baguio, from Naga, from Tuguegarao, Iloilo, Aklan, Bacolod City, from Cebu, from Lanao del Norte, from Agusan del Norte, from Zamboanga, and also coming from Davao City. So Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao is well represented this afternoon. Good afternoon, magandang hapon, Pilipinas. Welcome to Ariva Academy. Now, this next part is very important because I want to make sure that you will be hearing the discussion clearly. So type 111 in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear. You can also type 222 if you can't hear anything, or you can type 2121 if you can hear me but the sound is choppy or I am breaking up. You can also type question mark if you don't understand what's happening. We will try to help you out. So there you go, type that in the chat box. Thank you for that feedback. Now, later we'll have a 10-minute break, and something exciting will be happening during that break time. So now, let me first invite everyone to be a subscriber of our Facebook page. That is the Ariva Academy Facebook page. It's very easy to subscribe. All you have to do is scan the QR code that we are showing. I know some of you are trying to still get in here in Zoom to be able to join the webinar, but we have reached the capacity already. So for those of you who are not able to join, you have colleagues who would still like to watch, they can watch via the live stream in Facebook. But the live stream in Facebook is only available if you are a subscriber. Okay, so this content is exclusive for our subscribers. So just scan the QR code so that you will be able to watch this free live webinar in Facebook and the next 3 live webinars, because it will still be available via live stream, but as I've mentioned, only for those who have subscribed to our Facebook page. Also, well, let me invite you to check out our YouTube channel. That is the Ariva Academy Philippines Incorporated. That is our YouTube channel. All the past free live webinars are inside that channel as well. Now, for this next one, there is another QR code, and I am really asking everyone to scan this next QR code. Let me show you the bigger one. This is for the Ariva Academy Viber community. The activity that we will be having during our break time will be exclusive for those who are inside the Ariva Academy Viber community. So for you to be able to join that and win, have a chance to win GCash prizes, scan this QR code right now. So there you go. I'll give you a few more seconds to be able to scan this QR code. And we are looking forward to welcoming you inside the Ariva Academy Viber community. Now, for our virtual participants, your microphones will be temporarily disabled by our administrator during the discussion, just to avoid interruptions. But for those of you who would like to ask a question, instead of clicking the raise hand button, you can use the chat box here in Zoom and also the comment section via the live streams for your question, and we will be reading them later during the Q&A. Now, an e-certificate of attendance will be awarded to participants who will successfully complete the entire masterclass. It will be available for our Zoom participants and also who are watching us via the live stream. So they will all be available 3 to 5 working days after the learning event. All you have to do is make sure that you give us the correct email address so that you will really receive your e-certificate. And make sure also that you will fill out the feedback form that we will be posting here in the chat box. So there you have it. Now, I am sure you're all excited to get started. So now let me introduce our speaker. Our speaker for today is an internationally recognized speaker. He is a world-class expert in sales and marketing and has been in the trenches, professionally selling for almost 30 years, even up to today. In 1998, he started his company in San Diego from the spare bedroom of his apartment, cold calling and selling all day, 6 days a week. He began marketing and selling online through digital platforms for his own company since 2004 and 2007, and he has serviced and taught tens of thousands of companies and professionals on how to use online strategies to generate leads and convert them into paying customers. Since May 2020, our speaker has conducted over 500 plus training webinars, online workshops, and video trainings for several thousand attendees. The primary method to generate this business was using a combination of online marketing strategies, cold calling techniques, and professional selling skills. Currently, he is residing here in the Philippines. He runs several businesses in a range of products and services, catering to B2B and B2C clients. And in 2023, he opened a school in Davao and has expanded to a lot of branches already. With a unique combination of online and offline strategies and skills, the success and practical application of these strategies has resulted in successful achievement in the everyday selling habits. So everyone, let us now welcome our speaker this afternoon, Coach Chris Randall.
Thank you so much, Miss Kate. I love to see all those, hand claps and then the love signs. In fact, let me give y'all some love. Okay. And I'm so excited about the session today. It's a very technical session. And before I forget, thank you, Miss Kate, for the wonderful introduction as always. You always make me sound better than I am, so thank you for that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have it's quite a technical topic. When I was preparing it, I was falling asleep because it's so technical. But what I promise is that we'll make it. I'm not going to say that we're going to make it very exciting, but we're going to make it very interactive between you, all of you, and myself. And we'll do the best that I can on that. And so one of the things I'm going to request is that when I ask you a question, just answer yes or no, or whatever the answer to the question. Okay. So if y'all can promise me that, there's about 500 of us, I think, on this session here. So if you can do that for me, type in the chat, yes. Okay. And I'm starting to see some yeses. While we're getting those, Miss Kate, I'll start my slides and then we'll just dive right in because we end at 3:30 and we have quite a few interesting things to cover. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And I want to check, what do you see on your screen right now?
Goldfishes.
Excellent. That's exactly what I need you to see. So right now you should be able to see the first slide, the title slide. And the topic is has a wide range. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to narrow it down and give it some depth rather than being too wide, because what's important is the practical application. It's not ChatGPT is this and all those things and the definition. We can find that out very easily, right? What's more important is how we are able to apply it in our daily lives and in our daily work. When I first came across ChatGPT, I remember it was in 2022. And I was like, what the heck is this? It's going to make us lazy, and then we cannot use our brain. But along with that, I started using it. And what I can tell you is that there's so many kinds of AI nowadays. It's like literally new ones coming in every day. And it's not supposed to make us lazy. It's supposed to make us better. Okay. So AI, it isn't coming. It's already here right now today. And if you or your organization isn't already struggling with how to deploy it, okay, you're going to be playing catch up while your competitors are already ahead. So in the next remaining time that we have until about 3:30, I'm going to give you something most webinars don't deliver. I'm going to give you a practical roadmap that you can implement for AI to adopt in your business. It's not theory, not hype, not it's real tactics, it's real tools. Okay. And by the end, you're going to know exactly what to do, if not today, this afternoon, then tomorrow morning. So we have live demos, real examples. And then at the end, we have a Q&A session so that we can address your specific challenges. So if you're ready to dive in, type in ready, READY. Okay. Now, for the next slightly about an hour, we're going to start with fundamentals. I'm going to give you some theory. Okay. We'll compare ChatGPT, Microsoft 365, Copilot, a couple other tools. And then we're going to go into live demos. I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT. I'm not going to say the right way, but in a more efficient way to get you a better output. We're going to take a look at NotebookLM. Then I'm going to touch on Perplexity, and then finally Microsoft 365 Copilot in the actual Microsoft ecosystem. Okay. Now, after the demos, we'll cover some productivity metrics, some ROI. I want you to walk out of here with numbers, real numbers that you can take to your CFO, your director, your bosses, because some of it is going to cost a little bit of money. All right. But you're not going to pay me that money. You're going to pay ChatGPT, Perplexity, and all these things. All right. So at the end, we'll talk about compliance. We'll talk about some government, not government, some governance and change management, because rolling out AI without a guiding system is how you end up in trouble, whether trouble with legality or trouble with it's too confusing. All right. So I always start with a promise. Okay. And it's a very dangerous promise. And I'm going to ask you if I fulfill that promise at the end of our session. So my promise to you is very simple. I'm going to give you tips, techniques, tools, and strategies that you can implement right away to start using AI and 360 effectively now. All right. So I'm going to ask you if I fulfill that promise at the end of our session. Now, if you're not using these tools, you need to start now. You have to start. Okay. And if you are using these tools, you need to use them the right way. Now, let's go over some definitions. By the way, if you have questions, you have a couple of things you can do. You can type it in the chat, and then Miss Kate will help to say, hey, Coach Tris, we got a question, okay? Or you write down your question, and you can ask at the Q&A at the end of our session. Okay, so also, I will go through a little bit quickly on the theory part. So I want you to listen to what I say, and if you need to, take screenshots of the slides to help get your memory and understanding. All right. So when we talk about all the AI models, you've got foundation models trained on internet scale data. We're talking about GPT, generated predictive text architecture with billions, okay, billions of parameters. These things are massive, and they're competing OpenAI with ChatGPT, with Claude, Google, Gemini, a whole ton of these DeepSeek, One, all kinds of AI. Now, also with Microsoft 365, they don't really want you using generic ChatGPTs for enterprise work, and they're right. Okay, so what they've done is they've taken these enterprise models and they wrap them with your Microsoft 365 data. All right, and then they add plugins, and then boom, you got Microsoft 365 Copilot. Now, 365 Copilot is not a generic ChatGPT. It's purpose-built for business. Okay, it's purpose-built for your business. It knows your documents, your emails. If you have Teams, it knows your conversations, your Excel. The context is huge. But what you really get is enterprise level fine-tuning. Okay, and I'll show you how to start using that if you're not using it already. Now, the accuracy and relevance. When this happens, it actually skyrockets. You're not getting generic answers anymore. You're getting answers that know about your business. All right. So the foundation to instruction tuned, it's actually tuned to fine tuning, and that's your AI maturity. Are we at the highest level of maturity right now? No, I think it's going to go a lot higher. All right. Now, what can ChatGPT actually do for your business? Okay, I'll paint you a picture. Content generation. This is the easy, quick win that everyone sees first. Your marketing team is drowning in email drafts. Your sales team is writing same proposals over and over again. When you use ChatGPT, it drafts all of this in seconds. Then you edit, and then you personalize, and then you send. Now, the emails that took you 2 hours to write now take 20 minutes. Okay. Now, I know I'm not the only one who's in a 60-minute meeting that could have been a 5-minute email, right? Um, if you agree with that, type in right, RIGHT. Okay. Now ChatGPT takes a meeting transcript. Come on, let's have more of you agree. Right. Okay. Let's flood the chat. Okay. Now ChatGPT takes meeting transcript, and you could do it in Zoom also, right? Your research documents, your lengthy reports, and it gives you the executive summary. Now, for brainstorming, so let's say you're stuck on a concept, okay? You tell ChatGPT, "Hey, I want 10 ideas I want 10 ideas," and then it gives the 10 ideas to you in 30 seconds. Now you're building on ideas instead of staring at a blank screen. Now, code and technical writing. If you've got developers or technical writers, they're going to love this. And if you're not, you're going to be okay with this as well, because you don't have to, go to school for coding or developing. All right. ChatGPT writes boilerplate code. What that means is you can take that, okay, put it in documentation and copy and paste or download it. Your productivity multiplies. Q&A and research. If you need to understand a topic very, very fast, ChatGPT can answer across knowledge domains. Now, you have to understand it's not perfect. Okay, you're going to need to verify. And if you search online or videos, you're going to find so many examples of videos like people saying, "Hey, ChatGPT, answer me this question," and then it gives wrong information. But it's so confident when it gives the wrong information. So you have to verify. You have to know that don't just accept everything 100%. All right. We still have to use our brain. Now, drafting and editing. I've taken documents and I've put it into ChatGPT and I said, "Hey, you know what? I want a different tone, or summarize this for me, or explain it a different way." Emails. In fact, later I'm going to show you, if we have a little bit of time, I'm going to show you a demo of how a GPT, not OpenAI ChatGPT, but a GPT can help you pull emails out. But it only kind of works with Gmail. All right. Perhaps with Yahoo. I haven't tested Yahoo, but I know it works with Gmail. Okay. I'll show you how that works. Okay. Now, ChatGPT is an idea accelerator. It's a brainstorm partner. It's a first draft, and you are the finisher. Okay. And then when you put your ChatGPT here and you here and you put them together, you become unstoppable. All right. Now, for Microsoft 365, same powerful AI, but integrated into the tools you already use. Word, when you're writing a proposal, Copilot is right there. You tell it what you need, it drafts sections. It can even create documents, and we'll do a quick demo on that. Excel. I've always struggled with Excel. Okay, the spreadsheets and the formulas and the calculations. You've got data, you want insights. Copilot analyzes the patterns and it suggests. I'm seeing some comments here. Yeah, let's see. Somebody says it's like a ready assistant able to work for you. Here's the thing, okay? Do you want like a grade level assistant, or do you want like a college level or college graduate level or PhD level assistant? It's up to you. You have to train it. All right. Somebody says, and you know what? You said it perfectly. You have to ask the right questions to get the right answers. The answers that you get are only as good as the questions that you ask. And we'll touch on this. I'm going to show you a few ways, actually, one main way on how you can ask better questions. Okay. With Excel, it suggests the formulas. It finds anomalies. It finds where the break is in your calculations. Okay, it's a game changer. I do not use Outlook, all right, because I use Apple laptop, a MacBook. So I don't use Outlook. If you're using Outlook, you're probably drowning in email. All right. Copilot can help you draft replies quicker, summarize the threads, perhaps even help with your scheduling. And then your inbox becomes manageable. All right. If you're on Teams, Microsoft Teams, all your meetings are recorded, transcribed, summarized automatically. I use Microsoft Teams in 2 different organizations. I cannot show you those because there's private and confidential information in there. But play around with Teams. Now, as I said, some of these you have to subscribe. You don't pay it to me, you pay it to Microsoft. All right. And in the whole ecosystem of Microsoft, you have Teams, you have Outlook, you have Excel, you have PowerPoint, you have Word. Okay. So, and all of this can flow in an automation system and design your workflows and in OneNote or OneDrive and SharePoint. SharePoint is so powerful. Okay. Now, here's what I want you to see. Microsoft 365 Copilot is not an add-on tool. It can be and should be integrated into your existing workflow. And you don't have to, go out and find it. It's already there in your laptop or your desktop. Okay. Now, main differences. A lot of people think, oh, I can use this, or I can use that. Let's see, Maria Teresa. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Need to be clear with your prompt, and you need to be detailed. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. Okay. I don't know how to record this meeting. Maybe you can ask that question for the Ariva. I think we are putting this on YouTube, so you can review it there. I think maybe Ariva, if we can put the YouTube link later, they can review this, right? Okay. So ChatGPT, web-based standalone. General knowledge is not very, very, very specific. It's not enterprise level. And it's pay per use. Now, of course, you say, hey, but ChatGPT, OpenAI is free. Yes, it's free, but there's limitations. When the magic runs out, it says, oh, you got to reset. You can only do simple things. And I've been on the what is it called? I think the Plus or the Pro account, 20 USD a month. And it's heavy. 20 USD is heavy when you have all these tools. Everything adds up. But if you're in the Philippines, they have a new plan called ChatGPT Go, Go. All right. Maybe we'll take a look at that when I pull up my ChatGPT. And it's if I'm not mistaken, it's 300 pesos a month. It's like, that's amazing. And then I'm going to show you Perplexity, where it's very similar to ChatGPT. I use 2 of them together, and then I make them fight with each other, and then I choose the better answer. Okay. I'll show you a way, or I'll share a way where you can, if I remember, Perplexity is 10 or 20 USD a month. I'll share a way that you can get Perplexity for free. Somebody asked a question, is it worth to subscribe ChatGPT premium plans? I will tell you, it depends on how you want to use it. If you're using it, oh, I need a recipe for this, and then no. But if you're using it as your college level personal assistant, not a grade school level, then you need to subscribe. And as I mentioned, ChatGPT Go is only 300 pesos a month. All right. So it is worth it. And for some of you, you may want to choose to go into the $20 a month. All right. Now, let's go into 365 Copilot. 365 Copilot is not general. It's more native to your 365 apps. It uses your company data securely. Enterprise license with integrated security is built for workflow integration. And once it's rolled out, your team uses it the way they use Word or Excel or PowerPoint without thinking about it. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to use. All right. So here's my foundational rule. Okay. ChatGPT is for exploration and learning, and you put the other GPTs like DeepSeek or Perplexity. That's in that category. Public platforms of ChatGPT is where you train. All right. 365 can be a production tool. Okay. Now, does that distinction make sense? If the answer is yes, type in yes into the chat. Okay, good. Let's have more. Somebody said there, Microsoft 365 is so user friendly. As with any platform, when you're starting out, it can be a little challenging, but as we go along, we get more used to it. All right. Because I had a problem. I was stuck on OpenAI's ChatGPT for a long time, and then I was I was very resistant to looking at DeepSeek, Perplexity, all the other AI tools. And so I started exploring. Maybe I'll show you my bookmark bar on how many AI tools I actually use. Okay, so excuse me. So LLM is large language model, and you can take a picture of this screenshot, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize my slides now, and I'm going to show you how to use NotebookLM. So I'll give you about 3 seconds to take a screenshot. Okay, and I'll close this. I'll minimize the slides, and then I'll open up. Let's see. Just give me a second to type it in, and then I'll bring it over to the share screen. Okay. Now I will tell you. Okay, can you see my screen first of all? Is it clear? If it's clear, just type in CLEAR, clear. Okay, good. Thank you. So NotebookLM, I used to say NotebookLM, but it's NotebookLM is by Google. It's quite a powerful tool. Think of it like an encyclopedia of all your company knowledge or whatever knowledge that you put in there, and you can use it like a dictionary or a tool. And I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, we'll open up this one, and let's go here. You load sources. I'm not going to show you how to do all that. Just follow the instructions. Okay, so we can load in Word documents, we can load in PDFs, we can even load in videos. All right, in this case I did not load in videos, but let's go to the chat. Okay, so what it does, let me explain this. It uses all of these things here as the information base. So let's say you ask a question like how many classes or types of classes, how many class types does Keep Academy have? Okay, so it's checking all the documents that was loaded over here in sources, and it tells me, okay, it tells me I have all of these. It tells me all the answers that I need right there. The various classes are this, and whatever. Now let's think of application. A lot of professionals use this. For example, if you have the paid version, you're not limited to 50 uploads. You can, I don't remember how much it is and what you can put in. The question here, yes, NotebookLM is like your company data book in a second. It's like, oh, there's so much data. What's the answer to this? I'll give you an example. And let me answer this. NotebookLM is limited to whatever you load. So here's the application. If you're in HR, okay, if you're in human resource, you load in all your manuals, all your protocols, all your HR policies, okay, and then you answer, and then you ask the question. For example, in the 3rd year of employment, how many days leave is an employee entitled to? So search all that, and it'll tell you minimum is 5 days in the 1st year, and then you can add, and then higher than 5 days is the legal minimum, and then you can have however many days that you want in the 3rd year. But then you follow the policy. Another way is lawyers use this. They load in, they load in their law books and then they say, find me a precedent for XYZ kind of case. And then it finds it. So instead of going to the library and looking through thousands and thousands of pages for a citation or a precedent, you say, hey, I want, find me a case that has, these criteria, and then they'll find it for you. Okay, so that's for NotebookLM. Does that make sense? Do you think that's useful? If you think it was, type in yes. Okay, so search for NotebookLM and then create an account. The account that I'm using is free. Okay, this is a free account. If you want to go further than that, that is totally up to you. Okay, let's go back to the slides. Yes, okay for KM. I don't know what KM is. KM? Okay, so we showed you NotebookLM. Okay, now let's go into ChatGPT. Now, let's say we're going to draft let's say you're going to draft an email to your CFO at a Fortune 500 company. You have minutes in your email to get them interested in an AI training program. How do you do that? Okay, so you log in and you create a prompt. Okay, so let me do this. Just give me 1 second. I'll prepare it for us. Okay. Instead of typing everything, let me just copy and paste this here. And then let me make sure my ChatGPT doesn't have any private and confidential information, but I will show you this also. While I'm doing that, let me close up the sidebar. And one of the reasons why I use other GPTs as well is right now, my ChatGPT, and I'm on the paid version, it's lagging because of usage, right? And it really shouldn't be happening. So let me see if I can refresh it. And it's always embarrassing when this happens in real life, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you this first. Before I put the prompt in, let me go here. Okay, so I'm on the Plus account. Let's check the plans. See, this is Go, the Go plan, 300 pesos a month. All right. They gave me a free month, which of course I accepted. So there's not much difference. I wouldn't say not much difference. There is some difference between the 300 peso plan and the 1,100, which is about 20 USD plan. But it's a lot. Somebody's typing 00. Okay. I don't know what that is. So you have more memory for faster replies, and you get a little bit more help than the free plan. Okay, let's go here. So let's do a new chat. And I called mine Chat GPT. I call it CS. CS stands for Chat Sensei. And then I'll paste this, okay? So I'll say, hey, draft a professional sales, whatever you see on your screen, all right? Now, let me show you something. This is a very, very basic prompt. I'm going to show you how to turn this into a monster prompt, okay? If you want to have the monster prompt, type in or use your emojis and put a thumbs up if you want a monster prompt. Okay, awesome. All right, so let me open this up. And you need to take note of this website. It's called Prompt Genie. Let's see. And I'm on the free version. Oh, Prompt Genie. Oh, hold on, let me see if it's at the right site. Prompt Genie. Okay, while we're doing that, let me show you this. Maybe I can pull it from here. Okay, so these are all the AIs that I use or at least play around with. Okay, now what happens when you have Prompt Genie and it says site unavailable, or maybe I type in the wrong thing. Okay, but I'm going to show you an alternative. So this is a free account. I have not upgraded to the pro account because I don't feel no, I don't have enough usage to upgrade to the pro account because I know how to write my prompts now. All right, but remember, we put this in, right? The simple prompt is draft a professional whatever it is. So now we put it in here and we ask it to generate. Let's see if it will generate. If it does not generate, maybe I use the free credits today. Oh, it is generating. All right. So while it's working, oh, reach the limit. Here's the alternative. We go into, always have alternatives, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Alternative would be prompt cowboy. So the prompt genie needs to reset until tomorrow. Let's do this. Let's do a new prompt. Okay, put the same thing in. So take note of this, ladies and gentlemen. Prompt cowboy.ai and prompt genie. Take note of those two. All right. So we put this in, and this is extra. This is a bonus for you. All right. So let's see. Where do we get the here? You see that this prompt became this. So we copy it. We just copy it. Let's see if I did that right. And then let's put it in here. Okay. And that 2-sentence prompt became this. All right. This is how you create. There's a question which I'll address in just a minute. Okay. So we put all this in here. And now remember, the answer that you get is only as good as the question that you ask. All right. Is this a better question than that the 2-line instruction? I believe it is. So let's see what's the what output we get. All right. So gives the subject. This is the email, and we don't need to read through the whole line. Okay. But if, let's say, we want to adjust it, make it more compelling, make it more persuasive, make it more urgent, have a sense of urgency, we can do that. In fact, let's try that. Can we edit it to have a higher sense of urgency, and persuasion? And I'm a polite person. I'm courteous. So CS. Okay. So let's see. And it changes it. Okay. So it adjusts your email. Now, is it ready to go? You may feel that it is, but what you need to do is you need to copy all this. How I do it is I copy it, I put it into a Microsoft Word document or any word editing document, and then I read it line by line, and then I make my adjustments there. But you see, even with all the explanation from opening up this website, going to Prompt Genie, going to Prompt Cowboy, it took literally 2 minutes. Okay. With other AIs, someone is asking, with other AIs, do they offer options like, I believe so. I also use, let's see, let me show you what else I use. I also use Grok, Quen, DeepSeek. The chat is a little bit confusing to me because I'm not that intelligent. Gamma makes PowerPoints. I test all of these things. So they do have deeper research up to a certain point, and then you have to go into the paid version, or you have to buy credits or what's called tokens. Okay, so do you like this explanation so far on ChatGPT? If you like it, type in yes, and if you really like it, type in LIKE. Okay. Okay. So let me close this out. We're going to go into the next one. We're going to take a break in about 2 or 3 minutes. Let me bring the slides back up so that you can see where we are. Now, Perplexity. Okay. Perplexity is about research speed. Perplexity is like ChatGPT, but it's smarter in some areas. All right. It has internet access. It can search current information. Here's the thing. It also cites its sources. Okay. Let's say you're in a meeting, somebody asks a question. What's the current state of AI regulation in the EU? No idea. All right. So before you say, you know what, let me get back to you. Great question. So with Perplexity, in fact, let me do this. Instead of typing everything out, I'll just copy it, and then let's see what we get. Okay, so I'm just going to replace prompt Genie with what's my AIs here. Okay, and Perplexity. Okay, let's type it in. Let's see what we get. Okay, and you know the thinking to me is actually a little faster. Actually, it's a lot faster than ChatGPT, and it gives. We're not going to read everything, but it gives me details, and it gives the citations and references. Okay, so to me, Perplexity is a little bit more accurate than ChatGPT. Now, I told you how to get this for free, right? What you do is you search Perplexity link to PayPal free for 1 year. So what does that mean? What it means is actually, let me do this. Let me see if I can find the document here. Just give me a quick few seconds. Or it might even be on my desktop. Just give me a few seconds and I'll try to find it. Yes, I found it. Okay, this is what we can do. Let me make sure it's the right one. Okay. See? Okay. I even prepared a document. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. Jello, Miss Kate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the chat, in our chat, the speaker chat. Okay. And then if you can get that shared to everyone so they can possibly download it. If they can, they can. If they cannot, then they cannot. But it's here. Okay. Let me see if I can put a document in. Can I put a document in, Jello? File, okay. My computer, just give me a second. Okay, so the file is there. Jello, Miss Kate. Yes, check the source. All the GPTs have a disclaimer. It's like check for accuracy. It might be wrong. So it doesn't replace, it enhances. You still need your input. Okay. So Miss Kate, Jello, the file is there. If possible, we can share it with everyone and then they can check it. There's no identifying information in it. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, see. Get it for 12 months, create a free account, log into account. You have to use this link, this particular link, to connect your PayPal account, and you can claim 12 months of Perplexity. Okay, and then here's the steps. All right, so let me close this out, and it is now 2:47. Let me just make sure we're on the right track. Yeah, we're on the right track because the next demo we're going to do is 365 Copilot. So let me stop sharing my screen. And then let's see if we have any questions. Yeah, you're right. Okay, no real questions. What I'll do is I'll turn it over to you, Miss Kate, but I'll ask everyone this one question before we go into the break. What is the one thing that you learned from the time that we started until now that you really, really liked, or you go, wow, this is amazing? What is the one thing? Don't tell me, oh, I need to check the data. We already know that. And I'm joking. I'm joking. LLM, use AI. Yeah, use AI to generate an AI prompt, right? Prompt AI. Yeah, the better the question, the better the answer. And that actually works on humans too, doesn't it, Miss Kate? Right? Yeah. Okay, awesome. I'll turn it over to you, Miss Kate, and then we'll come back in about 10 minutes. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you so much, Coach Chris.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Yes, and now we're going on our break. And as I have mentioned when we started a while ago, that we have something exciting happening during this break time. So just in case you are not yet inside the Viber community, we're going to show you the QR code again. So scan this QR code so you can join our activity. It is an exciting game wherein we are going to give away GCash prizes. So we are looking for two winners this afternoon. Two winners that will be receiving 200 pesos. It will go straight to their GCash account. So very exciting talaga because merong GCash prize at stake. So if you are not yet in, scan the QR code right now. And then once you're inside the Viber community, this is what you have to do. You have to look for our Viber community admin, RV Ariva. That is where you will be sending your answers. Some of you will be saying that you can't chat or send messages in Viber. Outside, yes, you will not be able to do that, but you can send your message to our Viber community admin, RV Ariva. That is very important because I will be disregarding all the other answers if it is not sent through RV Ariva. Okay, yun lang ang tatanggapin natin. Answer sent through RV Ariva. So I hope everyone is ready because here is our game. Yes, it is called Guess the Movie, and this is how it goes for our first-time participants. You will be seeing short clips or short trailers of some movies. Yes, the correct title of that movie. I am looking for the complete and correct title. Okay. And that is the answer that you will be sending to RV Ariva. The first one na makakabigbigay ng tama na title will be our winner. So very easy, right? So for all of us to be on the same page, let us do a trial run. No prize yet, but I want you to start guessing the title of this movie.
Wherever you go from here, you have to promise to take care of that little boy for me. Make sure he never forgets where he came from. And he never doubts that he is loved. You gotta promise, Miles.
I promise.
Who do you think you are? Really?
We are supposed to be the good guys.
We are.
Okay, so you can see the answers that are being sent right now. Ang bilis. So let me try to catch up here in the chat box. Spider-Man. There is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. Spider-Man Multiverse. Spider-Man No Way Home. Avengers Endgame. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Multiverse, Into the Spider-Verse. So many different answers for this one. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man. There's also Spider-Man, 2 words, and Spider-Man, 1 word. The Incredible. Okay, so those are the answers that you sent. Let us see what is the correct title of that movie. It is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. A lot of you got it correct naman. Pero some of you really sent almost the correct answer. But don't worry, this is just the trial run. So you're safe But this next clip that we are going to show you is worth 200 pesos. So make sure you get it right. Let's watch this.
I've been fighting my whole life. It's not a choice for me. This picture's from the 10th round in the first fight, right? I heard about a third fight between you and Apollo, behind closed doors. Is that true?
How do you know all this?
I'm his son.
Looking at the world through the TV, a day room, rapping over beats. They made electric chairs for us down days. Last meals, no appeals, then to try and stay on death row like Suge in the late pocket.
Okay, so here are the answers that you sent. Creed, Step Up. Let me check the other answers. The Creed, there's Creed, and there is also The Creed. Okay. Other Prison Break. Other answers, let me just scroll up. Creed 2. So yes, there's Creed, Creed 2, The Creed, Rocky. So those are Fast and Furious. Okay, so Rocky. Those are the answers that I am seeing. The Boxer, Rocky 2. Let us reveal the title of that movie. It is, yes, Creed, the first one. Who got the correct answer? Actually, talagang ang bilis niyang na-send ang answer niya. And that is Tidus or Tidus Palero. Congratulations! You are our first winner this afternoon. So this is what you have to do. Send us your GCash details. Send to RV Ariva the GCash account number and GCash number as GCash name as well. Okay, now because you've won already, Tidus, you won't be able to join the game anymore. Okay, para naman mabigyan ng chance yung iba mong co-participants in getting that last 200 pesos. Congratulations. Now to the rest, one more 200 pesos is at stake. Let's watch this.
First learned about this 7 years ago. On a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive.
Kill them.
I am Sub-Zero.
Okay, I am trying to catch up with the answers that you are sending. Okay, let me just try to see every answer. Mortal Kombat 2. Okay, we have different spellings here. There's Mortal Kombat with a K. There is Mortal Kombat with a C. I know you can also see that on your screens as it pops up. Mortal Kombat 2 as well. Mulan. So that's the new Mulan right now. So other answers, Mortal Kombat, yes, Mortal Kombat 2. Mostly, a lot of you sent Mortal Kombat, but we will be seeing the difference, the K and the C. Let us see. What is the title of that movie? It is Mortal Kombat, 2 words, but with a K instead of a C. So there you go. Doon tayo magkakatalo. Now, the first one who gave us the correct title, the Mortal Kombat with a K, that is Leo Giancarlos. Congratulations. You are our last winner this afternoon, and you will be receiving 200 pesos. So we will be waiting for your GCash account number and GCash account name. Send that to RV Ariva as well. Now I'll be moving on to my other announcements. Again, thank you to everyone who joined the game, and I hope you guys enjoy that, and congratulations to our winners. Let me just wait for this to load. I saw a lot of you are sending answers here in the chat box and also elsewhere, not just in Viber. Sabi ko, di ba, I will be disregarding that. So sayang ang chance. But for now, stay on top of our insights and updates. Stay connected with us on social media. You can join our Facebook group. You can also like our Facebook page. You can follow us in LinkedIn, and also you can visit our website, ariva.com.ph. Now, I mentioned a while ago na marami pa rin nagsasend ng answers elsewhere, not in Viber. Does it mean you were not able to join our Viber community? Here again is the QR code so that you can join our Viber community so that the next time we will have another activity like this, it will be very easy for you. Meron kang chance to win GCash prizes. And I would like to share this good news with everyone because last year we had a goal. The goal is to reach 10,000 strong members here in our Viber community. And a while ago when I checked it, we have 10,050 members already. We have reached that goal. Thank you so much to all of our friends here in Viber. Now, the good news is we promised last year that once we reach 10,000 members, we will be raffling off seats for our upcoming learning event. So yes, aside from the chance in winning GCash prizes, you also have a chance to be able to join us for free. Our learning events, you get to join us for free. We will be raffling off seats very, very soon. So watch out for it, okay? We will be announcing that very soon. So stay there, have a chance to win prizes, get a lot of new learnings at the same time, a chance for you to be able to join us, our learning events, join our learning events for free. So there you go. Again, thank you to everyone in our Viber community. And let us continue inviting our friends, our colleagues to join this Viber community. Scan the QR code or send this QR code to them. Thank you for that. Now, I again would like to invite you to be one of our subscribers for our Facebook page. We have exclusive content meant just for our subscribers. One of them is the live stream of our free live webinars. And who knows, you might also get good rates for our future learning events there inside our Facebook page, just meant for our subscribers. So here again is the QR code that you can scan. Very easy to subscribe. Just scan that QR code. There you go. Now, don't keep your gadgets yet because I have a few more QR codes to show you. This time, this is for the Ariva Academy Facebook group. So scan this next QR code. It will bring you inside the Facebook group of Ariva Academy. So there you go. Get to connect with our friends inside our Facebook group. And for our friends here who are HR practitioners, this is the group meant for you. This is the HRD Academy Facebook group. Scan this QR code as well, or send this QR code to your HR colleagues. Here they can connect with their fellow HR practitioners. Also, they will find out what is the latest in the HR community inside this Facebook group. Now, I mentioned the YouTube channel of Ariva Academy, that is Ariva Academy Philippines Incorporated. This is where you can watch all of the past free live webinars. We started offering them last 2020. That was in the middle of the pandemic. And up to now, it's already 2026, and we have no plans of stopping the free live webinars. So imagine the learnings that you will get in that one channel. Hundreds of free live webinar inside. So watch that. Watch all of them inside our YouTube channel, Ariva Academy Philippines Incorporated. And for those of you who are interested in finding out more about the certain topic that we have right now, if you'd like to invite Coach Chris to conduct a program exclusive meant for your team or for your whole company, we can help you with that. We can even further customize the topic to fit the exact needs of your employees. Aside from the program that we're having here right now, You are seeing on the screen some of the programs that we offer, but we have a lot more than that, okay? So all you have to do is give us a call or send us an email. We will help you partner with the right speaker under Ariva Speakers Bureau for that. Now, I also would like to invite you to some of our upcoming learning events. We have on January 21, key strategies for effective credit analysis and management and improving your accounts receivable collection strategies. That's our topics for tomorrow. And then on Thursday, January 22, we have 2 topics again. Winning sales formula of high-performing sales professionals and modern sales negotiation strategies to close more deals. The next one is on February 6th. It is another free live webinar, Leading Remote Teams with Impact. Proactive recruitment strategies to attract, engage, and retain top talent. That will be our topic on February 10. February 11, managing difficult employees and workplace conflict. This is on February 12, essential strategies for effective cash flow management, budgeting, and forecasting. February 18, estate tax planning strategies. And this is very exciting because it is our first summit for 2026, the HR, Labor, and Corporate Compliance Summit 2026. And that will happen. Season 1 will be on February 19. Season 2 will be on February 20. Again, it is the HR, Labor, and Corporate Compliance Summit 2026. All of the speakers that you're seeing on your screen, they will be with us for 2 days for the Season 1 and Season 2 of the HR, Labor, and Corporate Compliance Summit 2026. Looking forward to seeing you there as well. Now, on February 24, we have another free live webinar, High Impact Communication Skills. February 25, Efficient Warehouse Management. February 26, Agile Scrum Project Management Mastery. BIR Computerized Accounting System, that will be on February 27. So those are the programs that we have for the rest of January until February. For those of you who are interested in being a part of any of them, all you have to do is visit our website, ariva.com.ph, and register online as early as now. Okay, now I won't be taking much of your time because we still have a lot to discuss this afternoon. We still have a lot to learn from our speaker, Coach Chris. Let us again welcome Coach Chris Randall.
Thank you, Miss Kate. You know, I've been doing webinars for Ariva. I think almost it's going to be our 6th year, and I'm upset because every time I try to guess the movie, you never pick me as the winner in 6 years. Okay,
Sorry,
so
only for the participants, Coach.
I know, but I still try to join. It's fun. Okay, I'm just joking, Miss Kate. Okay, so let's get back to our topics. I want to show you something else on Perplexity. Okay, and I'll do a very simple example. And let me go ahead and let's see. Let me pull up the share screen. And that's the one. Okay, I typed in the prompt already. I sent myself an email from this email address to this email address. And I already connected my Gmail. And honestly, I don't know if it works with other providers. Maybe it does, but if you're using Gmail, this is very, very effective. Okay, so find the latest email addressed here from this and list it here for me to read. So let's take a look. Okay. There. So I sent it while you were on break. You can see the headers. Of course, I'm telling it to myself, hey, Chris, great info on the session today. Thank you. All right. So this is what I want to do. I want to do, reply to it. Reply to the email with thanks, and we'll let them know on future webinars. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what it does. Okay, so sometimes it gives the option of going to a higher level, and I always take advantage of it, but then they try to sell it and then I'll skip. Okay, so it's composing the email now. Thank you. Jesse says, welcome back. Thank you. So this is the answer. Now it can actually do more complex answers and you can edit it from here. Okay, so this is my reply and I can send from here. Very, very quick and very, very efficient. Done, email sent. And let me check the email here. And we already got it. Okay, thanks for joining today's session. We'll keep you posted on future webinars. Okay, so it can handle complex emails as well. All right, so let me just minimize these. Do y'all like this one? It is such a time saver, isn't it? Right? Do y'all agree? Do y'all like it? Yes or no? If you like it, you can say yes. You can say L-I-K-E. If you really, really like it, you can put L-O-V-E, right? Okay, and just to remind, Jelov, you can send that PDF document into the participants group chat so they can download it, yeah? Maybe we can do it during the Q&A as well. Okay, let me minimize this and then we'll get back to the slides here. Okay, so we just did we did two things with Perplexity and I showed you how to get it for free for 12 months. I don't know after the 12 months, so you decide. Maybe something else will come up. Maybe they'll extend it. Okay, so now we're going to go into Copilot, all right? Let's say you're the head of learning and development and you need to write a training proposal for a corporate AI literacy program. Now, I've done these proposals in the past and it usually takes 1.5, 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, so what we do is I'm going to open up Microsoft Word and then I will copy the prompt so we don't waste time. We don't waste time with me typing it out. Very simple prompt. Okay, so I'll copy that. Let me open up Microsoft Word. And you definitely need to get an account with on Microsoft. And if you have that, you see in the corner here, Copilot. Okay, all you have to do is click Copilot, type in the prompt, and I'm just pasting it in. So what I said was draft a training proposal outline for the AI literacy program, include the program objectives, delivery method, duration, success metrics, estimated ROI. So Copilot is reviewing the data and here it is. It's done. And then you can take it from the bottom. Okay. Let's see. There should be something here, right there. So add to document and everything's here. And then now you can edit everything. Okay. So this was done literally in 30 seconds, right? Okay. So let's say we do something with Excel. Let me pull up my Excel. Okay. Now Excel needs a little bit fine tuning, but it gives you the start. So Copilot. Okay. Here's the prompt, and the prompt. You need to give it the information, and then you need to move things around. Okay. So, create a spreadsheet for time in and time out for 6 employees. And I want to auto sum the hours. And this is not the perfect prompt, but let's see what we get. Okay, so we put it in. So it's coding and executing, and I can download it. Okay. There should be an option for me to put it in there. Okay. Add to new sheet. So then from here, I can take it and I can make the adjustments that I need. Okay. So let's close this one out. And you can adjust the formulas, the sum. You can move the columns around, the cells around. Okay, let me open this up. Okay, so let me ask you this question, ladies and gentlemen. I showed you how to use these tools. Okay, we spent a little bit more time. We invested a little bit more time in the live demo, just to show you what is possible. Okay, so we're going to go into a few things very, very quickly. I'm not going to go through every single sentence on the slides. I would encourage you to take screenshots because I think it is more important for you to ask your questions in the final 10, 15 minutes that we have together. All right? You all agree with that? If you agree with that, type in agree, A-G-R-E-E. Okay, awesome. So productivity gains, all right? We talk about ROI, all right? Saving time in email drafts, proposal generation, writing reports, and then there's quality, okay? Your grammar and your clarity will improve drastically, as much as 25%, okay? Thought put, all right? Thought put means how much thought you put into the quality of the content, all right? You'll be drafting 3 to 5 to 10 times more content in the same amount of time where you used to do it manually. And it's not because you're working faster, it's because you're working smarter, all right? You handle idea generation, strategic thinking, personalization. It's high value work, all right? Error reduction. It catches typos. It catches logic gaps and inconsistencies, okay? Rework is minimal. Now, editing and adjustment is what you need to put in, all right? Looking at industry standards around the world, 60 to 70% of the teams that adopt within 3 months of post-training, that's very, very fast, and it's organizational momentum. There's a calculation that says that for every dollar that you invest in Copilot licenses, it returns as high as $5 to $7 worth of productivity within 12 months. That's 250 to 600% return in 12 months. All right. So if your bosses say, why should I invest in Copilot? Why should I invest in ChatGPT, in Perplexity, in all these things? Show them these numbers. All right. Take a screenshot. Okay. Now, let's talk about real world impact. Okay. You can create hundreds of personalized emails to prospects manually. It would be 16 hours. With ChatGPT, Copilot, NotebookLM, Perplexity, less than 2 hours. Okay, same quality, actually better quality, because AI helps you think through the positioning. HR teams, onboarding documents, policy summaries, replies to DOLE, label board, FAQ compilation. All these things normally takes 3 days of one person's time. With Copilot, less than a day, maybe less. Okay, and then that person is freed up to do strategic quality HR work. Finance team, monthly reports. Okay, variance analysis, data insights used to take a day, 2 days. All right, now 2, 3, 4 hours. So the analysts are spending their time analyzing, not formatting spreadsheets or writing summaries. Okay, the common denominator is humans are focusing on strategic high value work. AI is handling the initial creation, the drafting, the formatting, the initial structure. So you, ladies and gentlemen, you're working at a higher level. The result: faster decisions, better output, and higher employee satisfaction. Because you know what? I know I don't like spending 4, 5, 7, 8 hours writing a report. Okay, nobody likes that, right? Um, we're working at a much higher level. So, people say, "Oh, AI is going to replace you." Yes, AI will replace certain jobs, but AI will not replace your team if you do it right, because AI will amplify your team's impact. Okay. Now, risk and mitigation. Hallucination, when AI lies to us, right, or it makes things up, and it's so confident when they share the information. It sounds right, but it's not. That's why you have to check, you have to verify the output. You see, AI is not lying. AI is pattern matching, not fact checking. So when you ask for a specific statistic or a legal precedent, unless it's in an LM like NotebookLM, okay, where the information is coming from those manuals, you must verify the output. Okay, data leakage. All right, don't put secured, private, confidential information into a public ChatGPT, because now it's part of OpenAI's training data. Now that's a compliance disaster. Confidentiality can be broken. Okay, don't use public chat GPTs for proprietary information. Use Microsoft 365 Copilot instead, because your data stays in Microsoft 365, or use an LM like NotebookLM, because it stays in your circle. Okay, no leakage. All right. Let's talk about compliance. Look through this, take a screenshot. I'm not going to go through each one. I'll give you about 10 seconds to take a screenshot right now. Okay, I'm switching to the next slide in 3, 2, 1. Now, here's a change management roadmap. All right. Everything is self-explanatory on the screen. I'll give you 10 seconds to take a screenshot. Okay, shifting the slide in 3, 2, 1. And if you're worried that you won't be able to review this, this is being recorded on YouTube Live, so you can always go back to it. All right, and then you can slow it down. You can fast forward. All right. Training and skills. Take a look at this. Prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is a foundational skill. All right. How do you write a prompt that gets you a good output? I showed you how to do it using Prompt Genie and Prompt Cowboy. These are 2 free resources. Okay. If you if you need to create documents, use Copilot 365. All right. Let's see. Let's go into, okay, take a screenshot of this. In 10 seconds, I will shift the slide. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, here's an 8-week framework. Week 1 to 2, define the KPIs. All right, the time saved, the cost save, adoption rate. Okay, week 3 to 4, deploy 10 or 20 or 30 pilot users, initial users of whatever platform that you've decided on. Give them training, light training. And then you have your pilot group. You're deployed. You're running in 2 hours, not 2 days. Okay. Find out how much time people are actually spending on drafting. That's the baseline. Okay. Without a baseline, you cannot track results. You cannot track improvement. Week 5 to 6, run first use cases. Make sure that you refine your processes, collect feedback, actively collecting feedback, like what's working, what's frustrating, where do we need to adjust, and then you refine. All right. Week 7 to 8, analyze the ROI, create your scaling plan. Now you're analyzing. Remember, you have to have the baseline data in order to track any improvement. And if you don't have any improvement, which I seriously doubt that you will not have any improvement, then cancel all the subscriptions. Okay, calculate the ROI. All right, figure out what's the payback period, 3 to 4 months, and then what's the percentage in productivity gain. This is how you go from your initial pilot to full deployment. All right. Next step. Oh, sorry. Take a picture of. If you take a picture of this, hold on. Take a picture of this. Your 8-week format. I'll give you 10 seconds to do that. Okay, changing in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now the next step. Okay, assess your assess your readiness, the tech, the people, the data, the governance. All right. Do you have 365? Do your systems integrate? Do your people have AI literacy? Do you have governance frameworks? Do you have, you're looking at your readiness. Then you define the scope of the pilot. Choose 1 to 2 high impact use cases. All right. You're picking 1, 2, or 3 areas where AI will have a massive impact. All right. Then you expand. Step 3 is you set KPIs. All right. You must measure before you deploy. Step 4, make sure that you have an executive sponsor. Okay. Communicate your progress weekly. Get everyone visibly behind this. All right. Step 5. Then when you've done all that, then you can scale with confidence. All right. Okay. So take a picture of this, and then we'll move on to our Q&A. And moving the slide in 3, 2, 1. Now, before we go into Q&A, you can type your question in the chat. Miss Kate will help me check for your questions. But here's what I want to ask you. At the very beginning, I think I can unshare my screen now. Hold on, let me do that. Okay, so at the very beginning, I made a promise to you, right? So my question to you, which is actually a dangerous question. So my question to you is, did I fulfill my promise? If the answer is yes, type in capital Y, capital E, capital S. If the answer is no, don't answer. No, I'm kidding. If I did not fulfill, type in NO, but a small n and a small o. That's enough. I don't need a giant N and an O. So it's yes or no. Oh, you saw how I do my sticker things. Okay. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, Miss Kate, to check for the questions and to see if we have any. And I will share with you, all of you. I'm not like a super massive expert in AI, and I'm not a tech guy. I mean, I don't look nerdy, right? But what I will tell you is that I use these tools on a daily basis. Okay. And I use these tools on a daily basis to claw back time. I'm more efficient. I have a little bit less stress on, like creating and doing drafts, proposals, documents. I'm a little bit happier. Okay. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, I use this on a daily basis, and I would encourage you to do the same. And what I've done is I've showed you, examples of how I actually use it and how you can actually use it. And one of the things I would like to ask you to promise is that use the information that you learned today and start using it today or tomorrow, because that's how we improve. Okay. So thank you. And Ms. Kate, I'll turn it over to you for the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Chris. So yes, type in your questions in the chat box so that we can read them. But I have already a few questions here that are sent, Coach. So let me read the first one. Okay, this is the first one. How can we truly measure whether AI is improving our productivity at work?
Okay, there's a few ways to do it. There's what's called anecdotal, and that's what's called statistical. Okay, statistical is okay. I used to have to write a proposal or prepare a document. It took me 6 hours or 5 hours, whatever. Okay. Now when I use AI, all these tools, it only takes me 90 minutes. So that's statistical. And then the anecdotal is, do you feel less tired? Do you have less gray hair? Right? Do you have less stress when you're doing it? Do you like, I need to write this proposal. It's going to take me 6 hours. Or are you like, you know what? Let's get into it and let's get it done. So you're statistical and anecdotal. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much, Coach. We have a question here in the chat box from Maria Teresa. With all these AI, how can I protect myself from viruses or malware or cyber attacks, especially with AI that knows my email and other personal or official information in business?
This is a question that I'm actually very afraid to get. let me start this way. Okay, I am not giving you legal advice. I'm not giving you security advice. I can only tell you what I do. All right. We have to have a certain level of trust in the things that we pay for. All right. So I would look at, okay, there's free and there's paid.
Yes.
If it's free, who's paying for it? Okay. If it's free, you're paying for it, whether you realize it or not, in information gathering, data gathering and things like that. All right. You are the product. Okay. So the free versions have way less security, way less containment. If you think that you're very secure in the free version, not really. All right. Now, in the paid versions, what you have to do is you have to look at the security protocols they have in place and then make a decision if you're okay with that. What I will tell you, in 5 years of using OpenAI ChatGPT, in almost 2 years of using, I showed you all the AI tools that I use. In fact, I've shared a lot with Miss Kate in the past, right? In all the AI tools that I've had, I've never had an attack, a cyber scan, or a network issue. I've never had any of that. Okay. Am I saying that it doesn't exist? No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that you have to look at technology and accept it as it is or not. So then I would go back to the basic question of security. Then you have to have anti-malware, security, walls and things like that. I personally use Apple products, so the security is a little bit more secure. If you're using Windows PCs and things like that, then buy, what is it? I forgot the names of it. Antivirus, Norton, whatever it is. Okay. Pay for those to give yourself a sense of security and protection. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much for that, Coach Chris.
Yeah.
So the file that you sent is already being shared in the chat box. We also will be posting a link for the feedback form here in the chat box. So before we read the next question, please make sure you click that link and then fill out the feedback form so that you will really receive your e-certificate. Okay, so that is whether you're here in Zoom or watching us via the live stream, you can get your e-certificate. Just make sure you fill out the form, submit it back to us. Thank you.
I'd like to share one quick thing, Ms. Kate.
Yes,
for everyone listening here today, all right, there's 2 ways to proceed, okay? You can do it on your own, figure it out, use Google to guide you along. The process is going to be a little bit longer. If you want a slightly better way to do it, you have someone that is well versed in getting these things set up, guiding you along the process, and not with any arrogance. I would present myself to you as one of the right people to do that. And if you would like to have a conversation with having me do something like that for you, please get in touch with Ariva, and we can have a conversation on getting it done for you the right way and the quick way. All right. Thank you, Miss Kate, for letting me say that.
Thank you so much, Coach, for that. Okay, next question. Okay, let me just check. Oh, here. How do we set clear boundaries on what employees should or should not use AI for? I think this participant is an HR practitioner.
Okay.
His employees.
You have policies, protocols, and guidelines already in your HR manuals, employee manuals, personal use, social media, the P, whatever that is, using it for not safe for work practices, using it for how would I put it? If let's say your boss says, "Hey, I need this task done," okay, don't use AI, any AI, and then take it, copy and paste, and say, "Here, it's done." Okay, if you were to do that, why would we need you, right? So you actually have these policies already. Whoever asked the question, you already have these policies in your company. Just take it and apply it to AI tools. That's it.
Yes, thank you so much. I actually heard about a few days ago, Grok is banned here in the Philippines already.
Yes, I heard that as well. If it's banned, then it's banned. There's so many different alternatives. One of the things that really scares me now is we have a question. Okay, but one of the things that really scares me, Ms. Kate, we look at, especially on social media, we look at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. The videos are so real now, and then it's like it's AI generated. You can still kind of tell.
Yes,
because if
the untrained eyes, they will think it is real.
Right. There was one. There's a man by the name of Charlie Kirk in the U.S. Okay, his wife is Erica Kirk. So he was assassinated, and then they have a company called TPUA. All right. So it's a youth political organization. So she took over. And then, there's things talking about Erica that says that, oh, she's celebrating at a concert. And then it's like she's dancing on stage. But if you look closely, the shoes are different and her clothes are a little bit different going from scene to scene. And it's obviously, even to the untrained eye, it looks real. But, if you know what to look for, extra fingers or there was one where it says that somebody was attacked by a shark. I forget, it's in Australia. Now, it's true. 3 people were attacked by sharks this past weekend. But there was one that said this was the shark attack. And then it showed the guy on the slide going down. And then he was being attacked by the shark. But he went in the water with a shirt. And then while the shark was coming, the shirt disappeared. So AI. Okay. Yeah. So how did we get on that? I don't know. But, it's interesting. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Let me read more questions here from our Zoom participants. Okay. I would just like to ask, with all these AIs doing the routine cognitive work of an employee, what could possibly be the human-only skill or the new premium skill in the job market to make a person stand out in this AI era? That is from Rysel.
That's actually a very good question because, like I said earlier, a lot of people say AI is going to replace you. Okay. But I'll give you an example. We run the school here in Davao City. We have 5 branches. We have a dozen teachers. Okay. When I give them tasks, I'll ask them to create a curriculum, whether, some kind of curriculum. So rather than having all of them sit down with a pen and paper and write down the curriculum, I get them to start with that as the foundation, and then they use their skill and their training and their education as teachers to make that curriculum document a lot better. So I don't want them to waste time brainstorming that much to create from zero. We let AI create it from zero, and then they use their skills to adjust. So that would be the premium skills. Does that make sense? We have to put our spin with our professionalism, our education, our not experience, but our expertise into generating an output. Whatever form it takes.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me read the next one. This is from Rex. What free AI apps would you recommend for safe use with Windows and also Android phones? Okay.
I'll answer that question, but I need to take out that word safe use.
Mhm.
Okay? Because you cannot take a recommendation from me and then your phone crash and you say, oh, Coach Chris, you have to buy me a brand new phone. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
What I will tell you is what I use. Okay? Let me just make sure because I cannot do it from memory. Okay, so on my phone, I have apps. I have ChatGPT, I have Perplexity, I have Copilot, I have Teams. These are paid. Now, there's two that are interesting. One is called Hailuo AI, Hailuo AI. That one does pictures and videos. All right. You can also use TikTok Studio. There's another one called Anton, Anton. But usually I do not prefer to use my phone to do these things. In my older age, my eyesight is getting, so I need big screens and all that stuff. So I prefer working on my my desktop, laptop, and I prefer not to use my phone. Just a personal habit, but any app that you can put into a laptop or desktop, if they have an app that you can put in your iOS phone or Android phone, should be okay. But don't ever say, oh, Coach Chris asked me to put this and then now my phone exploded. I will not entertain those requests. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Coach. Okay, this is our next question. You will find this interesting because you have a school.
Hmm.
So I think this one is from a school's point of view. How can librarians promote AI literacy and responsible AI use in schools?
Okay. Here's the dilemma. Okay. Let's take it this way. Let's use doctors as an example. All right. When we go to the doctor, we have to have a certain level of trust that, oh, hey, doctor, my this, and then they say, oh, you know what, let's run a test and let's find out what's wrong. Correct? So we establish that. Now we find that doctors or doctors in training or doctor students are going, how do I treat I'll use this example. How do I treat pneumonia? You know what they do? They go to their phone and then they type in whatever, and then, oh, you treat, okay? So I have a worry that the doctor that I see in the future will not have my full trust, if that makes sense so far, okay? Where they cannot look at me and say, oh, you have a fever, so we got to do this test. They got to sneak behind and check their phone and then get a diagnosis. Okay, so that's my worry. To answer the question about the library, okay, you can train people to be more analytical. You know what we lost, Miss Kate? We lost the ability to read a book. Okay, we lost the ability to learn something the hard way, right? Because now it's like, what's the square root of 72? Oh, and then so we lost that ability to calculate. We lost that ability to analyze. So, my suggestion is in a library setting. How would I put it? in a library setting, you can, if someone says, hey, you know what? I'd like a book on XYZ, you can use NotebookLM or something similar to recommend the right book. Because in the past, when I was growing up, when policemen wore short pants, right? Uh, so in the olden days, policemen always wore short pants. Okay. So bad joke. So when I went to the library, I was like, I need a book on this. The librarian could go, it's on this shelf and that shelf, and go to this section, and this is the book that you want. Okay. I don't know if we still do that. All right. But in that setting, it has to go hand in hand. Now, the classics in books will never go away. Okay. Things like Leonardo da Vinci's theories and drawings and inventions. All these things don't go away, and we should kind of go back to that. Okay. One of the things that we're implementing with our teachers is that I will recommend books for them to read, and it doesn't end there. And so I give them a month to read a book, and then we'll have a conversation about the book. So we do things like that to improve language, to improve comprehension, understanding, pronunciation. I know that perhaps I didn't really answer the question, but that's as close as I can get.
It's okay, Coach Chris, because we really understand it. Thank you so much. That is our last question, actually. So thank you so much for being very generous this afternoon. We really learned a lot from you, and I'm based on the thank yous that I am seeing here in the chat box. All of our participants really appreciate the learnings that they got from you this afternoon. Thank you so much. Again, just for our participants, live stream and Zoom participants, the link for the feedback form is in the chat box. You can just scroll up, just in case hindi natin nakikita, just scroll up so you can really find it. Make sure you fill out the form and then submit it back to us. That's really important. So you will really receive your e-certificate. If ever you're having a hard time with that, if you are not able to receive your e-certificate, you can send us an email, arivaacademy@gmail.com, so that you can follow it up to us. Okay, so now before we end our free live webinar, we'd like to present our speaker with a certificate. Let me show it and let me read it. Ariva Academy Learning Development at its finest gratefully presents a certificate of appreciation to Coach Chris Randall for imparting his professional expertise, valuable insights, knowledge, and wisdom as resource speaker during the conduct of online learning session entitled Next Gen Productivity, How Generative AI, ChatGPT, and Microsoft 365 Copilot Redefine the Future of Work, given this 20th day of January 2026 via Zoom conference, signed by J.M. Matienzo, CEO and Chief Strategist, Learning Event Producer, and Irish Samson, President and Chief Learning and Development Strategist. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our speaker, Coach Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. And to all of our participants, thank you. But we are not yet done, because we'd like to have a group photo with all of you. So if you can turn on your camera, please do that.
Oh, I charge for group photos now, Miss Kate.
You charge for group photos this year?
Yeah. But we'll still keep it free this time.
There you go. Thank you for that. Thank you for keeping it free for us. So there, turn on your cameras, please. We really would like to be with all of you in this group photo. I also will be calling on our technical director, Direct Jello, to help us out.
Okay, yes, thanks so much, Miss Kate. So, good day to everyone. We're taking 2 shots of group photo for this PM session. Okay, I think we're ready. For our first shot, can you show me your biggest smiles? Show me your lovely smiles, everyone. Okay, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, for a final shot, can we do any pose? Wacky pose, any pose that you like. Okay. Hold your poses in 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Thank you so much, Direct Jello. To all of our participants, maraming salamat for being with us today. We really appreciate your presence and we are looking forward to spending 2026 with you. Thank you. See you in our future learning events. God bless you all.
Blessings for all of us. Thank you, Miss Kate. Thank you, Jello. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
The following win-win partners. Official media partners. Zoe Broadcasting Network. Give love, celebrate life. A to Z. Kompleto tayo. Light TV. God's channel of blessings. Light TV Radio. DZJV. Business Mirror. A broader look at today's business. Manila Standard. Defining the news. Digital media partners. Globaltronics, leading digital innovation. City Advertising Ventures Corporation, we move your brand. Outcome. Elevate Media. Ariva Academy would also like to thank the following companies. Craving something real? We serve it. Burger King. Top Healthy Chicharron, the healthiest chicharron on the planet. Yummiest cashew nuts. Lotus Biscoff. Daily Fix. YA's Corporation. Purple Rockstar. Be on top, stay on top. Sunlight, helping clients achieve lifetime financial security and live healthier lives. Mighty Tech Advertising and Merchandising. Le Jardin Printing Services. Creative Voices Certified Voice Artist Program. Queen Bee Waxing Salon, where smooth skin begins. Nails Glow, your self-care partner. Samaras Farm and Resort.